The black man had just walked out of the mall when the coffee in his hand dropped to the ground, and his body suddenly collapsed to its knees. A passerby saw this and walked over to ask what was wrong. Suddenly, white smoke began pouring out of the man's mouth, and then he fell flat onto the ground. At that moment, more and more people on the street started showing the same symptoms. Their faces turned bright red, and white smoke gushed from their mouths, and they dropped to the pavement one after another. But a middle-aged woman seemed to realize what the problem was. She warned the people nearby.
I think when they move, they die.
By then, a large number of people were already lying on the street, and only a few who had stayed where they were had survived. The police rushed to the scene as soon as they got the call. Because the case was so bizarre, they brought in an experienced doctor. After ruling out the possibility of an airborne virus, the doctor and his assistant walked over to the bodies. Looking at the corpses on the ground, still emitting white smoke, the doctor concluded that they had all died from spontaneous combustion. But what on earth had caused them to suddenly burst into flames? The doctor planned to look for clues on the bodies. Just then, a woman standing beside a corpse asked him a question.
Am I gonna die?
The doctor didn't know how to answer. Instead, he said he needed to draw some of her blood for testing. While drawing the blood, the doctor suddenly noticed a large dirty stain on the woman's hand.
Where did you get this smudging on your fingertips?
I don't know. The escalator, maybe?
Staring at the bodies inside the mall, still smoking, the doctor seemed to realize something. He told the officers to check the elevators, and at the same time had his assistant test the woman's blood. Soon, the assistant discovered that all the red blood cells in her sample had been destroyed. Normally, when red blood cells are destroyed, it's because of a viral infection, but given the limited equipment at the scene, they would have to wait until they got back to the lab to identify the exact virus. Just then, the officers made a major discovery as well. They had found a strange device inside the elevator. The doctor quickly scanned it over with his eyes, and in no time, he understood the truth of what had happened.